Not that hard. All right, let's see what we got. We have Claudia. We need Claudia. We need a detention center. We need Richard Weaver. We need Tony. Nicolo.
Morning, sir.
Are you? We're missing anybody yet?
Hello, Nicole.
All right, let's see. We got. I think we got everybody. And I'm assuming this is Jessica Jackson. Is that right?
It is, Your Honor.
Right. And I. I have a copy of the mental health assessment that I'm going to consider for the purpose of this hearing. Did you want to call your client and testify?
I will, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about giving the truth, the whole truth, nothing but true stuff you got.
Yes, sir.
You got to talk real loud because the court recorder.
Go ahead and
Yes,
take your mask down if you like. There you go.
Okay. Yes, sir.
State your name, please, ma'am.
Jessica Jackson.
Ms. Jackson, you're currently in the Collin County Jail. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've asked me to file for this mental health bonds. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You are a person that suffers from mental illness. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you take your medications?
Yes, sir.
Are you taking your medications there at the jail?
No, they're not starting yet. No.
You have seen what we call the action plan. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have signed it, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And it requires you to check in with the case manager, which would be probably Miss Falk, who's standing, is pictured there waving her hand at you. Can you see her?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You'll also have to attend monthly bond check-ins with Judge Baxter, should he allow this mental health bond. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You maintain contact with me and you'll follow any doctor's orders, correct?
Of course. Yes, sir.
You're going to live with your mother in Allen, Texas,
Yes.
and you'll confirm that weekly with Miss Falks. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You'll also contact LifePath and begin whatever program they have in store for you there, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, you are currently in jail on a misdemeanor controlled substance case and a controlled substance case under 1 gram. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
But you also have holds on you for Dallas County. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that if the judge grants these PR bonds, then you will be transferred to Dallas County and deal with your cases there. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct? Do you
Yes,
have
sir.
a lawyer in Dallas County?
I do.
Okay. Have they been working to dispose of those cases down there?
Yes, we have the same plan of action over there, which is like the MHMR thing too.
Okay. So once you get there, do you anticipate getting released on a mental health bond in Dallas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you understand, otherwise you would be confined, if the judge grants these bonds and you get transferred, you'd be confined in Dallas till something happens there. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you're going to have to remain here in Collin County till you get indicted on these recently charged drug cases. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right. You're willing to follow the action plan that's been set out for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Does the state have any questions?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Ms. Jackson, you have received treatment for mental health before, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I think you've attended LifePath, Adapt, and MetroCare, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you complete any of those programs successfully?
I'm still attending all of them. It's not really something you complete successfully. You just continue to go and continue to go. So,
Okay,
but I'm taking all the sessions I can necessary still. So.
okay. And you said that you weren't taking medication in jail?
No, they haven't given me nothing in jail yet. No.
Okay. And prior to the arrest, were you consistently taking your medication?
Yes.
Okay. And you have, in addition to mental health, you've also had treatment for substance abuse. Is that right?
No.
You didn't, sorry, I thought you had attended Nexus Recovery.
No. Well, it was for my child. It was something different. It was for Nexus for my child, to try to get my child back. They may have like parenting classes and a whole bunch of different options you can do there. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And when you were picked up on the current charges, you had or allegedly had meth and marijuana in your possession. Is that correct?
It was just meth and a pill. Like, I'm not sure what it was, but.
Okay, but you consist your current drug use is meth. Is that correct?
Was. I'm not dirty anymore.
Okay, and you said that if you do bond out, you'll be living with your mother. What is the address of that location?
The address you said?
Yes.
Oh, 1407 Suzanne Drive, Allen, Texas 75002.
Okay, and were you living with your mother before you were arrested?
I was. I just moved back in with my mom about 5 or 6 months ago.
Okay. Will you have a car if you bond out?
No. Well, not yet, but I will. She's off. She doesn't work right now, so she's able to take me where I need to go, take care of me. She's really good in that area.
Okay. So your mom will get you to your appointments as you need to get there?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
will you have access to a phone?
Yes, ma'am. I have my own cell phone, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and your lawyer mentioned that you have a hold in Dallas. That's for the the robbery charge that you pled guilty to. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you were placed on 5 years deferred adjudication on that, and so you're still on that deferred adjudication as of right now. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you know that a motion to revoke has been filed on that case in Dallas?
Yes, and I've already been in contact with a lawyer that was going to help me fix it before I came to jail. I'm still in contact with that lawyer. We're just going to go the inmate tomorrow way and just get it all set straight. So I already had a plan of action to fix all these things.
Okay, pass the witness.
No further questions.
All right, you rest.
Yes, sir.
All right. Does the state have anything else to add?
The state would just read the defendant's criminal history into the record, Your Honor.
Okay.
So on January 30th of 2015, defendant was convicted of fraudulent use or possession of identifying information. She was placed on probation, which was revoked, and she was sentenced to 180 days confinement. On March 12th of 2015, defendant was convicted of theft of property between $50 and $500 and sentenced to 15 days confinement. On April 1st of 2015, defendant was convicted of driving while license invalid with previous suspension, and her probation was revoked and she was sentenced to 4 months confinement. On January 15th of 2017, defendant was convicted of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, and sentenced to 2 years deferred adjudication. On June 16th of 2017, defendant was convicted of theft of property between $100 and $750 and sentenced to 12 months deferred adjudication. On August 7th of 2018, defendant was convicted of failed to identify a fugitive and sentenced to 30 days confinement. On March 19th of 2018, defendant was convicted of theft of property, $100 to $750 and sentenced to 6 months deferred adjudication. On January 23rd of 2020, defendant was convicted of robbery and sentenced to 5 years deferred adjudication. And on January 31st, 2020, defendant was convicted of failure to identify fugitive and sentenced to 30 days confinement. And with that, the state would rest, Your Honor.
Does the state have any argument?
Thank you, Judge. The state is opposed to the mental health bond. The state feels that the defendant continues to present a threat to herself and the community. She has a drug problem as evidenced through her meth possession and her criminal history. And she was actually on deferred adjudication for robbery when she picked up the current charges. The state's concerned that defendant will not be able to comply with conditions of her bond. She's been on probation before and been revoked. And we believe there's sufficient cause to deny the mental health bond.
I'm just at a different place in my life now. I have my mother involved. I have a lot more stable things involved in my life now. It's really much more.
Okay, thanks. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and give you bonds on these cases. It's just going to get you down to Dallas, let you take care of those cases. When you come back up here, you'll be on our bond program and expect to be drug tested every month, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you have anything in your system that's not supposed to be in your system, your bond's going to be revoked.
Yes, sir.
You'll just sit in jail while you're waiting for your charges to get taken care of.
Yes, sir.
This is your one and only chance, I guess, to take care of your drug problem
Yes, sir.
while you're on bond, okay?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tony's going to talk to you real fast and tell you what our expectations are, and then
Yes, sir.
all right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tony. I'm going to be your case manager for the mental health bond. I am going to have my card put into your property so that when you get transferred to Dallas, that'll go with you.
Yes, sir.
When you get released, it is important that you call me immediately and let me know that you're out so that we can work to get you into a abuse treatment program and mental health life path as quickly as possible, okay?
Okay. Can I write you a letter from Dallas County let you know I made it there and what the plan of action is once I get there? Because I know there's going to be like almost immediate release because I already have something set up. So I just want to know if you need to write a letter while I'm there, or say, hey, I made it, or.
Just stay in touch with her and call her when you can, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find where you are and keep track of you that way, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
See you later. Thanks, Carla.
Thank you.